we got a little bit of a problem. And this is exactly why we do mock-up. So, this car, the Fox body, originally had an LS in it, so whoever did the tube front end, I didn't do the tube front end. I bought it as a rolling chassis from a friend of mine in Alabama, and I didn't think these tubes were going to get in the way. To my surprise, this one, you can see it's routed in and out because originally there was a 3-gallon fuel cell that was mounted here, so I can see why they did that. Now, I wasn't necessarily happy with this tube front end from the get-go, but I figured what the hell, we'll just clean it up a little bit, throw some paint on it, let it ride, and if it bugs me, then I'll cut it out and redo it. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to cut out a portion of it anyway. So, as you can see, I can't get the intake manifold to bolt up to the Barra motor because of this bar is now in the way. And then even if I try to route it from underneath and then stick it on, because it has 2 studs that rest on, and then you can go ahead and then thread in the rest of the bolts, even that's not going to work. And even let's just say it did. Say for a minute that it would go on, but once it's on, there is no space for a throttle body. Absolutely none. And this is a 90 millimeter spacing, and I have a 90 mil throttle body to go on it, and that's going to stick out at least that far. So unfortunately, we're going to take the trusty old bandsaw, and we're going to have to cut this out, and we're going to have to cut this post off as well. I was kind of hoping to keep it just because it was less work that I had to do, but boy, you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's get to cutting this thing out. And oh, by the way, check this. This is my handy dandy camera mount for the day. Jack, good old Jorgensen clamp with some little welding magnets to keep it stable. I can't find a camera mount today, for the phone. I should say the phone mount, because that's what I use. I'm not fancy enough to be using the camera yet, so let's get this thing set up. Hey, if it works, right? Alright, as you can see, I struggled a little bit getting that cut off because obviously couldn't get the bandsaw up there by the strut tower, and unfortunately I didn't realize that I was on my last metal blade for the Sawzall, so I had to make one work that had just maybe 2 to 3 inches of teeth at the very end of it. So anyhow, bar is out. I'm not too happy. I got into the bar a little bit, but I can fix it. I can just fill it in unless I end up welding something there. I'm not happy with it, but I'll fix it. So now that I got to clean all that shit up, got to grind all that out, and then I'll probably end up just chopping these off and do it the right way, do it the way it should be done, which I believe it's somewhere right in here. You cut it clean off, and then you weld the end plate that goes in here, that goes in this part of the rail, and then the tube comes out and down, so now it pushes the tube out way over here. And then I'll probably just end up doing the same thing over here. This bar can stay. Yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna end up doing. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that intake on now and see what it looks like. All right, so there it is. So this is the ProFlow unit. So this isn't like we got a handful of others out there. What you call Platinum Racing Parts out of Australia makes a really nice intake. And of course you got Plasma Man, which I had on my Coyote build last year and the year before last. Really nice. Just didn't want to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a billet unit when this will do, because I've had 2JZ and RB projects way back, way before TikTok and YouTube. Well, not before YouTube, probably at the very beginning of YouTube. But you know, those held up to 35, 40 pounds of boost all day long. And this is the 7880. Currently, this is their largest offering. These turbos, this turbo, I plan on pushing it. I'll likely max it out on the motor that's sitting on the engine stand. Now, keep in mind, like I said, the one that's here is just a mock-up motor, so this is not done yet. But for a rod and piston, stock crank, with a girdle, so aftermarket girdle, and then rods, H-beam rods, aluminum pistons, ARP mains, ARP studs, and then of course, like I think I showed in a previous video, maybe I didn't, it does, these engines do have a 6-bolt main, so that will be plenty to get me to the 12, 13, 1400 horsepower range, and this intake will do, we'll be able to hold that and then some. So yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. So it looks like the next couple videos is going to be me welding in some bars and then continue to mock this thing up. So appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, if this is your first time watching the video, you know, please hit that follow button, you know, like it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, whatever. But hey, appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one. See you later. Peace.